this wonderful life that she claims she has is.
I'm the one that has no life.
Johanna, Lala, and everyone else.
Yes. Yep, same, Tina.
I agree, Anna. I absolutely agree.
Y'all can take care of the house while
She
me and
did,
Babe
Melissa.
go travel.
She spoke
She'll be
to
lying all weekend about us. All weekend.
Poor thing couldn't even go to work this morning.
Was so distraught. Bless her heart. Bless her whole little heart. She probably like, oh, I'm going to do this to Train's job. I'm going to do this. I already know what's coming, but just know I'm one step ahead of you, baby.
Don't you know? I know somebody's probably going to come knocking at my door in the next week or so. I don't give a fuck.
What? I'm waiting for it.
No, they said I didn't go to work today.
I'm just going to blame Melissa like she did me last night, saying I was the one that called the cops on her. I ain't called the cops on that girl yesterday.
Chris, I love you.
Let him send the health department. I'm waiting. We be waiting.
I mean, listen, that would be the dumbest thing to do, because if y'all think that Train did not dot every I and cross every T,
she never does, bro.
please live in
I'm
reality.
just saying.
If you're gonna do it,
She never does.
Be smart about it.
I'm ahead of him.
Right.
I already know it.
I love you, Jess.
But just know that when CPS shows up and the health department start coming up and, I'm going to pass my shit with flying colors,
Facts.
just know that neither one of you will ever get a job in Virginia. I'll make sure of it. I will let every single person, I will take out a newspaper ad in the fucking newspaper.
Facts, Heather.
I think Train's just done.
Well, we'll see how that works for you, Train.
That's okay.
And I won't.
I'll go live with the health inspector here while I beg for money for another ice cream machine. How about that?
So, Marie, I think that's a part that bothers me, to sit and listen to what Lala says.
Hey, Cheyenne. I know
because everything that she tries to blame on me was 10,000% Train.
Their threats do not scare
Every
me.
single thing.
And the fact that they're malicious threats, you don't think I ain't already sent those over to the health department and the board of cosmetology? Girl, bye.
Facts, Fireball.
Girl, bye. But just know, I am not a registered sex offender. You say whatever you want in my town about me. But do you really think they're going to want somebody contracted that's a registered sex offender? Mess with my job and mess with my income, and I'll put out a fucking ad in your local paper.
Bitch, we ain't got a local paper. Pop off.
And I will pay and beg for the money for it to be on the front page.
You want to know what? Those big signs on the side of the fucking interstate are only $500.
Buy one.
And I will rent one of those too.
Do it.
I do not care. But come for me, Joey. Y'all make sure you're... Oh, now y'all get me. That's okay.
And let me make it known.
Recordings of those threats. I'm gonna go ahead and send them over to his compliance officer about the threats.
I'm not in there. I'm not
He
reporting.
threatened Viking last night too.
I mean, listen, I'm going to go ahead and say this. The continuous threats that are coming from that area isn't looking too great.
That'll look real good in court. Got the registered sex offender out here threatening a single mother. God. You know what? I think I fear for my life. I fear for my life. You know what? I think I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go ahead and hop off here because I need to report that phone call that he had with Allie. I'm gonna go ahead and call and report that. I'll talk to y'all later.
Love you. Bye.
Oh no. Oh no. she's gonna call and tell the police a lie. And the best part about it is they could track his phone. They can go right to his fucking phone company, and he ain't ever called her daughter not one time. Yeah, that's what she says, Jen. That's what she says. She is, Brittany. Because you know, like everybody, I'm sorry, everybody knows, just like I know. They bought the goddamn building. She had the people buy the ice cream machine, and she was fucking selling ice cream 2 days later. It don't work like that. It surely don't work like that. It's a good point, Miranda. It's a very good point. So in order for me to have guest Jen, it says I have to go live 3 separate days on this account. Well, she can pop off. She can do whatever it is she wants to do. So that's what it is. She's scared to death somebody's going to get her with truth and what she's really doing. So she's going to call and lie. Because that's all she knows how to do. Thank you, Pickles. Hey, beautiful. Yes, all my other accounts are goobed. I made this account. I've had it for a bit, but I haven't really had to use it. But all of my accounts plus one of Joey's is goobed. Thank you, beautiful. Thank you, Nicole. I followed you back, Pickles. That shit was crazy that I just listened to. I know while I was listening in the shower, there were so many things like, I was like, God, I wish I was live. Oh, she brought up Breezy. That was one of the things. So she tries to portray because her son doesn't speak to her because she has a problem with him being trans, and she calls him a bum and, you know, all those things. So as soon as he turned an adult, he stopped speaking to her. Breezy, I was actually talking about her earlier, and yes, I did go to work today. She got accepted into Radford College, which is the same college that my daughter, you know, got accepted into with scholarships and whatnot. His daughter also got accepted into Radford. She chose Radford. Would anybody have any clue why a child, you know, that lives in Richmond would choose Radford? Any clue? It's because Radford is 10 minutes away from where we live. So, if he doesn't speak to her or they don't have a relationship, thank you, Nicole, baby. Why would she be coming to go to college out here where we live instead of where she lives? Trina! Thank you, baby! I guess because, you know, she wants to be so far away from him, but, you know, so she chose the college 10 minutes away from where we live. And she's going to be living on dorm. I'm so proud of her. I am so proud of her. She also used to come into my lives. I really don't. I'm not a big fan of it because kind of like what happened has happened, and, you know, all of that. I didn't want people bothering his kids or my kids. And I can't remember if it was my main account, I think that she had. But she absolutely would come into my lives. Like, we absolutely have relationship with her. Right, Diana. Well, I mean, they said that he couldn't be around his kid, but he just got visitation granted to him in 2020. Kelly! Let's go! Be careful, Kelly, because they said that they were going to be attacking anyone that sent me gifts. So while they're attacking me, they're also going to be attacking you. So be careful with that. But thank you. But this here, if you'll look, he is to get visitation every other weekend. But he can't be around them. Thank you, Southern. Thank you, Susie. Thank you, Dawn. Let's go, Dawn. And I'm sure I could go in here and have Joey call Breezy just like we did Shannon. And, you know, we can do it again. Breezy is an amazing, talented child. She is so, and like, theatrical, I think is the word that I want to use. She has so much talent. And I am so excited for her to be going to Radford. Oh, I didn't know they was talking about Jen. I didn't catch that part. Mandy with the galaxy! Thank you, babies. Oh, when I was off. Oh, okay, I got you. I misunderstood that comment. Like when I was taking a break, you mean? I just want to, you know, I see we've gotten a few more people since she got off. The child that, you know, Train says that my husband can't be around his own kid, you know, because of whatever it was that she said over some TikTok. He absolutely was awarded visitation in 2020. And she was just in my live earlier, you know, that same one. And the TikTok that they were referring to, Shannon says, I was 9 and he was 17. That was the TikTok that they're referring to. And I don't know about you, but do y'all know how to do math? Do y'all think that Joey had a kid at 10? Do y'all think he had a kid at 10? I am the mother of the year. And you didn't even spell my name right. You suck at being a stalker. You just mad. You just mad. Stay mad, baby. You know, it's really funny that oh Lord, I forgot what I was gonna say. With the blooming ribbons! Thank you, Trina, baby. If Train hadn't, you know, brought my daughter in this mess, we wouldn't even be discussing my child. You know, when I first came back from the break that I took, I kept expressing that I was going through some personal things in my life. And that was what I was referring to. So if I was going to be out here talking about my child and what was going on, I wouldn't have just, you know, said, you know, guys, I'm going through something in my personal life. I would have just been talking about it. But Train chose to, have all these conversations with my daughter to try to drive a wedge. And I think that's absolutely disgusting. Thank you, Mandy. Absolutely disgusting. I know that her son doesn't speak to her, but what you won't catch me doing is trying to drive a wedge where there's already one. We ain't the same. Well, I mean, she's an adult. She can do what she. I can't stop her. Correct, Jen. She doesn't speak to him because he's trans. That is correct. Talking about Tara not speaking. And when you hear her talk about her children, I don't know if anybody else catches it. But she only referred, like, if you were new and you didn't know anything about her, you would think that she only has one child. She never speaks about her son. Never. She caught herself up when earlier, and I forget exactly how she said it, about what she would do for her child. And then she was like, but children. She caught herself up. She only ever speaks about Allie. You don't hear her talking about Remy. You don't hear her talking about Jaden, Angel. It's always Allie. I can't imagine how that little boy feels. Same way I probably felt when it was with my brother. Thank you, Jamie. She has two. She has an adult son that lives in Ohio with her, and I guess because she buys Christmas gifts, but doesn't see him, she's Mother of the Year. Miss Nicole. Thank you, Lori. Yeah. When we moved here where we live now, it was a hard decision. But we still made the drive twice a month. Sometimes four. It just depended on when we were able and capable of seeing the kids. Sometimes it would work out to where we would see Shannon one weekend and then Breezy the next and then Shannon the next. It's always seemed that it never worked. But we drove them 7 hours every weekend.
Even if it was only for a 30-minute visit.
And even if it was only for a 30-minute visit. Goddamn right. Oh, now it's you don't talk to Breezy because she's trans. It's the projection. It's the projection for me.
That's the dumbest shit ever.
I said, yeah, but she's, coming to go to Radford, because she doesn't talk to her father.
Just talk to her Saturday.
Yes, Susie. That's what I'm saying, Mandy. Like, it baffles me. I don't think... Thank you, Trina. I don't think she's seen Jaden since that one TikTok that she has pinned on her TikTok of her and him. And you can tell that was many, many years ago. So you're so concerned about mine, but why aren't you concerned about yours? Why don't you, even if he's not talking to you, right? Why don't you get in your car and max your card out and go see your own child? 2 years ago. Susie, I didn't see the question if you did ask it. I mean, I feel like it's a valid question. Yeah, no, I'm okay. Is the boy I see doing... No, that's her stepson. Well, that's her boyfriend's son. Hey, Angela. And the tenant that she talks about all the time, that's Garrett's other daughter. She does have a kid that doesn't talk to her. He lives in Ohio with his dad and has his whole life. It's okay, Angela. It's okay. Right. It's valid, okay? Valid. Oh, she's calling the police to report you talking to Allie.
Well, she's a liar, and go ahead and file that false police report.
I hope she does.
Go ahead and file it.
I do. I hope she does.
I will own everything you have.
Yeah, I hope she does. It is horrible, Tiffany. It is. It absolutely is. And you know, I'm an adult, and I can handle my feelings a bit better, I would say, than... hold on, Steph. Susie, I'll explain it. But I don't believe that for 1 second you are taking into consideration what you are doing to my child. You know, when you're done doing whatever it is that you're doing, and everything goes back to normal life, and me and my child are still not speaking, or she goes through the feelings or whatever it is, I mean, that'll be on you. And I think it's crazy. I think it's absolutely crazy. Correct, Steph. That's another one. Like, what if she did something to herself? Because I'm going to say clearly she's got some issues going on. I hope you can, I know why you don't sleep at night, but if something were to happen, that's something you'll have to live with. Why? Because I showed your divorce papers? I have no clue, okay, because he's never spoke to her. I've only spoken to her once, and that was the night that Tara got arrested. Susie, the cops got called because, there was 2 reports. One of them was the other night when Heather and I were joking. Heather was saying that she was wherever Lala was. And I said, oh, I'll cash app you $100 if you go whoop her ass. So they called that in. And then the altercation that me, my husband, and my son got into last year, they called and reported that, and something about sending a picture of the altercation that was from last year. So they came and, Joseph came out. He showed his arms, that there was clearly no bruise from August of last year. And basically told us that, if I'm going to be on TikTok, that I'll have to deal with this, and it is what it is. There's nothing nobody can do. That was kind of what they said.